So folks, we've talked about the beginner level tools. We've talked about the intermediate level tools for keen DIYers, getting into property maintenance and that sort of thing. So next on the list, I'm going to unveil what's underneath my dirty old towel here and show you some of the more professional level tools that I used to carry around to jobs on a daily basis. So before I unveil what's underneath this towel, do remember I'm just talking about property maintenance and handyman type work here. I'm not talking about woodworking or anything like that where you would obviously have much more specialised tools. But all of the stuff that's hidden under here I would view as very, very useful if you're doing things professionally. Very handy if you're a keen DIYer as well. But it's all kind of coming from the premise of you never know what sort of problems you're going to run into. So let's have a look at what we've got hidden underneath this towel. So once again, this is in no particular order, and I'm going to fly through this quite quickly because there's a lot of stuff here. A wire brush is very handy for all sorts of bits and pieces. This is a brass wire brush, but you can also get steel wire brushes as well, which are a little bit more coarse. One of these kind of Stanley knife holder things, or a utility knife holder. This is really handy for like scraping paint off windows and stuff like that. But yeah, do make sure you've got a nice sharp blade in it and keep it protected because you don't want to cut yourself. Well, narrow escape there. Even though I don't generally carry this around in my toolbox, mainly because I don't have room and it also dulls the blade far too quickly, I do like having a block plane to hand. So if I'm going on a job that needs something like this, I'll take it with me. Otherwise, this tends to live in the workshop. But I have added this onto the pro level toolkit, even if you aren't doing woodworking, because it is a problem solver that's very handy to have. Again, talking of things that are very handy to have, a chalk line. Very useful for any kind of building work or carpentry work or like anything. Let's quickly go down the pliers route. Now, these go by so many different names. End cutters, top cutters, carpenter's pincers, nippers, ball and claw pincers, but whatever you want to call them, very handy to have. These could do with a bit of a cleanup, but yeah, an essential part of my toolkit. And talking about cutters and things like that, having some heavy duty wire cutters is very handy, especially for demolition work. Once you know that you've got all the electrics isolated in a property and disconnected, these just eat through twin and earth cable. You will never need to go through the pain of using electrician snips again once you've used some of these, but usual rules apply. If you don't know what you're doing with electrics, don't go anywhere near them. But again, for general wire cutting, you know, maybe you're putting a fence up or something and you need to cut some wire for the fence, they're handy. And continuing the theme of grippy kind of things, mole grips I find are very, very handy to have as well, because you can kind of adjust them and you can lock them in place at a certain size. Once it's locked in place, then you just press that lever at the bottom to release it. So yeah, very handy problem solver. The only annoying thing about them is that they always spring open in your toolbox, but apart from that. And again, continuing down the pliers theme, this is a set of circlip pliers. So for pulling circlips apart, infinitely useful. I didn't actually realise that I still had this in my toolbox. I was searching for it the other day and couldn't find it. But yeah, very, very handy to have. And the last kind of pliers-y, grippy thing, this is actually a setting tool for expanding wall plugs. Really, really handy. This is a Fisher one. This is a really good one. If you are going to buy a setting tool and you're doing this sort of work professionally, I would suggest you buy the best one that you can afford. But basically, that's for these things. If you want to use these as hollow wall anchors, this is the tool that you use to expand them, like that. We briefly talked about files last time, but I find it really handy to carry around a full set of kind of more precision files for all sorts of little jobs. So yeah, they don't take up much space and they're a fantastic problem solver. And continuing down the theme of problem solvers, center punches. Man, punches are so handy for all sorts of things, from burying nail heads below the surface to marking out where you're going to be drilling before starting your drilling. This is a spring-loaded one designed for marking hinge positions. This is a spring-loaded one designed for metal work. So basically you adjust the pressure at the back there, and then you just kind of do that on a piece of metal and it puts an indent into it. This is just a manual center punch, and these are more for hammering nail heads down. I also think it's very handy to carry around a glue gun. I mean, hot melt glue isn't the strongest thing in the world, but man, it's handy when you need it. If you just need to temporarily stick a bit of wood to another bit of wood and you want the ability to take that apart at a later date. So for example, if I'm making a template or something like that, having a hot melt glue gun is very handy, as is a set of spare glue sticks for it as well. We did talk about pens and pencils last time, and I think that's a bit of a no-brainer that, you know, you just carry around what sort of marking equipment you want. But man, I have this in my toolbox and it is the handiest thing in the world. It's an electric pencil sharpener, and if you're in a rush and you're on a job and your pencil breaks, it's so handy just being able to use this straight out of my toolbox. It lives at the bottom of my toolbox, and at any time I can just come along with a pencil and just shove it in there. And it's nice and sharp with zero effort, very quick. Even if you don't do that much woodworking, having a compass of some description for scribing and all sorts of other jobs is really handy. Unfortunately, the bit that holds the pencil has actually broken off this compass, but apart from that, this used to be quite good. I don't know if I can reattach that. And while we're on the subject of woodworking tools that I carry around everywhere, a sliding bevel of some description is also a very handy thing to carry around with you. Also gets called an adjustable bevel, but yeah, once again, that lives in my toolbox. I'll quickly run you through these next bits before showing you some of the real Easter eggs that I've got hidden away in my toolbox. A lighter, infinitely handy. A sideways kind of screwdriver thing. Man, this has got me out of some pickles. A fishing weight. I've normally got this attached to some string so that I've got like a plumb line, but I appear to have lost the string, but just assume there's string attached to that. A full set of tiny spanners, and a full set of tiny hex keys. And finally, before I get onto the really nifty stuff, a simple butter knife can be so handy in so many different situations, just for like wedging down little side bits, you know, if you've dropped something and you need to kind of wedge it out or something like that. That's got me out of some tricky situations as well. And then I've saved the best till last. Now, I don't even know where to buy this now, but I've had this for years and years. This is just a little clip that attaches onto a screwdriver, and you can attach it onto any screwdriver and it holds the screw in place for you. Now, where have I put all my screws? So, kind of like that. Man, again, one of those kind of tools that is so simple, I don't even know where I got it or how to buy a new one of those. But sometimes if you're working down like some sort of area where you can't hold the screw with your other hand, and you need like just that extra little set of hands, or tiny fingers if you like, to hold the screw in place for you, man, that comes in so handy sometimes. Don't know what it's called, unfortunately. We've then got a flexi curve. I think it's called a flexi curve. Again, if you're just wanting to copy the shape of something, this is a really handy thing to have. Again, it doesn't take up much space, it just lives kind of in my ruler compartment in the toolbox. But yeah, flexi curve, it just basically molds to any shape and is really handy for copying shapes very roughly. I've also got a magnet on a stick. I don't know if you can see, it's like really long. If you drop a screw somewhere really awkward and you need to be able to pick it up, then yeah, that is quite handy. I mean, this is quite old. It's not the strongest of magnets on the end of there. If it had a neodymium magnet on it, it would be much more useful. But yeah, I might upgrade that at some point, but infinitely useful. Got me out of some sticky situations. And then finally, one of my favorite tools of all time that has saved my life on a number of occasions. Well, maybe not quite saved my life, but it's this thing. Oh man, it is so handy. Basically, it's got this little kind of grippy thing on the end there. So you do that, and the other end Dun 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 dun. It's just got these little claws that come out. So if you've dropped a screw down a really hard to reach place and you need to be able to pick it out, imagine that's like down the side of a counter or something and you just can't get to it. You can just basically get that over it and hey presto, you can pick it up. Again, I don't know the name of this. I'll try and find a link to an equivalent one, but it's one of the handiest things that I keep in my toolbox. Because you know what it's like on a Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, all you want to do is get finished and then you drop the one screw that you need to finish the job off. That can make you a very happy man or woman in that situation. Now, in addition to all of that, this is kind of what I would view as like bonus stuff that I keep in my toolbox. Most of this is like duplicates of stuff I've already talked about. But for example, I carry around a full set of like just electrical bits because you never know. I've got like fuses and Wago connectors and spare like socket screws and all sorts. So this is like my emergency electric pouch that I carry around with me. Obviously I've got like an electric bag for more in-depth stuff, but just having this in the toolbox is very, very handy, especially if you're like using a tool or a battery charger or something like that and the fuse blows. Just having some fuses to hand can be an absolute lifesaver. Obviously loads of like tape, electrician's tape and that sort of stuff. I've already talked about almost everything here, I think, so there's nothing new there. It's just basically extra screwdrivers. You find that over time you build up a collection of more and more tools. They're not duplicates, they're just basically handy to have. And then I've also got a ridiculous array of hex keys, random spanners. You know, I've got like a bicycle spanner. Again, really handy because you don't always carry around a full set of spanners with you, but sometimes this can just get you out of a problem. Radiator keys. What else have we got in here? Just, as I say, random spanners. The premise of all of this is that you never know what you're going to need when. So the more bits like this that you can carry around with yourself, sometimes it can just get you out of a pickle. I mean, what's this? Feeler gauges. I don't very often use feeler gauges, to be honest. I think they've rusted up. Oh, and one last little tip for you. I've got to show you this. For storage of my Stanley knife blades, or utility knife blades, I've just got this little thing here. Get it out. So this is actually a magnet out of a hard drive, and it's such a strong magnet. I just basically attach my utility knife blades onto that, and it stops them kind of getting lost in my toolbox. That just lives in there at the top. Wow, my toolbox has never been so tidy. It's such an exciting time to have things tidied up. Please do ignore the state of my battery charging solution over here. It's an absolute disgrace. It's on my to-do list to sort out. And I will be talking about power tools that I think are essential in a separate video. But hopefully that's been of some use to you. So now you know from absolutely beginner to pro level what I would consider are tools that you should maybe think about carrying around with you. There's probably a lot of things that I've forgotten about, but this is just for the way that I work. You probably work in a slightly different way. So let me know down in the comments. And also, as per usual, please get the discussion going over on my Discord as well. It's an amazing place where we chat about DIY and property maintenance. Some absolutely fantastic folk over there. So if you've got any problems that you've run into, or you just want to chat about DIY in general, or property maintenance or construction, we've got an area where we talk about new build woes, and we've got a nerdy kind of home automation geek talk area. We talk about gaming, Minecraft, all sorts of stuff that we chat about over on the Discord. There's a link to that down below as well. For now, folks, as per usual, look after one another, be nice to each other. We shall see you next time. Tatty bye.